The boys are back in town. What's up, guys?
Joe,
What's happening?
What it do?
Everybody started their Christmas shopping.
Ooh. Yeah, I started.
Crickets.
Great. All right. Speaking of Christmas shopping, Weezy, give me your song of the week, man.
My song of the week's Case, man.
Yeah.
Faded Pictures.
In a broken glass.
Broken glass.
Like a memory film.
What a woman is feeling.
Nah, that's tough. I'm gonna give credit. I think it's a cameraman. Duppy Freestyle for me is my song of the week. Drake.
Oh yeah, that's
Fire.
That come on my workout playlist all the time.
Yeah. It's one of those unsung songs that nobody talks about enough. So,
I ain't even had to go back and listen when you put it in the group chat because it comes
Yeah.
on my playlist so
So
much.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I ain't forget about that.
Man, shout out to the days, because it was the days, wasn't it? Ooh.
Man.
Hey, I tell you
What a time.
What a time. Yeah.
What
What you got, Coach? Your song of the week.
Man, my song was J. Cole, Blow Up.
About to blow up. That's right. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
And the franchise closes out, my brother.
This might be a first, cameraman. 2 weeks in a row. Billy Gang Cushion.
Oh, shit.
Do you still love me? That's all I'm listening to. Him and Payroll. That's all I'm listening to right now. That's it's on repeat. Do you still love me? That's my only question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send me that one, Joe.
I got you. I'm sending you right now.
Send some right now.
Yeah.
Let's get to it, guys.
Need the apple?
Yeah. No layup line, no warm-ups, no nothing. We just walking right into the stadium, get into the game. Let's do it. When the beat on, then it's on. Wearing the right jerseys on the road, cause how we feel where we roam is our home. Leaving these other podcasts null and void. The show can't miss something like Tom Shepard and corduroys. Full sport press, you know them boys. Jay run the point, lock for 3, and me, I crash the boards. Weezy told you that it's paid for. Full sport press.
Oh, boy. Greetings and salutations. I'd like to welcome everybody back and some of you for the first time to the Full Sport Press Podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Cameraman, how are you doing, brother? That's right.
Damn.
Right.
All right.
It was dark. It was dark.
Yeah.
Episode 544. We're handing out predictions for the 2024 college football playoffs.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
You better damn know it.
Better damn believe it.
Let's kick it off. Jeff, best of the week, my brother.
Ah, man, the FSP Christmas dinner holiday gathering we had over the week, man. It was supposed to be. Bro. I was feeling festive. Right. How about you? You know what I'm saying?
Good time.
Good times. Always a good time to see the guys outside of the workhouse, man.
Yeah, man.
Good job,
Sure.
about
It was a good time,
Yeah.
man. We got to do that more often, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know,
Now, I'm caught up though, J-Ho.
I think you are caught
I'm
up.
caught up.
That's
We'll get that on record.
okay.
Caught up.
No.
Yeah, I'm caught up.
One more. You know what? I'm gonna call it even.
Oh, there we go. There
ain't
we
that
go.
a bitch?
There we are.
I'm gonna call it even. Oh yeah, we just make bets, you know. And Jeff has
Nice
been
bet.
down a couple of years. I think I'm still up 1, but I'm gonna call it even.
What mine in?
Okay. Oh, you way down, bro. Come on, just give me my money, man.
What just happened? What just happened? What just happened?
Coach, what you got? Best of the week, man.
I'm gonna rub some fellas with this one. College football playoff rankings. My best of the week.
Yeah, they did. They got it right.
Yeah, I
We'll
like.
talk
how
about it
they-
later, but they
I like how they did it. I like how they did it.
That's just bitter. That's
they did
bitter.
it right
I
there.
like how they did
That's
it.
envious right
I
there.
like how they did it.
Ain't nothing behind it.
Not
They
yet.
got it right.
It's 2 ACC teams.
They got it right.
No, they ain't got nothing to do
They
with
ain't got
it.
nothing to do with it.
Revenge from last year.
With it.
Hey, brother, it's an invitational is what they told me last year.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Forever hot.
It changed the trajectory of a team.
Yeah, your whole team changed.
Oh my God.
Clearly, we can see how fast it can change in 1 year.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Yeah.
we clearly can see that.
Yeah, my best of the week is Christopher Eugene Paul. He surpassed J. Kidd for second most in NBA history in assists. Think they were padding stats for John Stockton, though,
Yeah, 'cause
guys.
that'll never be
Dude,
broken.
He's
Never.
3,000
broken.
assists
It'll never be broken.
behind
dog.
Stockton.
It'll
Now, I
be
get it. He averaged 13, 14, and 13 again assists,
Yeah.
but he played 19 years, same as CP. I think they were cooking the books in Utah.
Oh, yeah.
I think they were.
Well, My only pushback to that would be John Stockton was just the conductor of the offense.
Conductor.
He wasn't there to shoot. He wasn't there to score 20.
No.
Chris Paul had years where he had to score 20 and
But he was
have
still averaging
7.
11 assists.
That's what I'm saying. But he had to do a lot more.
13, 14 assists.
Yeah, it was like Karl Malone dribbled it 3 times.
Bro.
Way to give him the assist.
Yeah, 3,000 behind? Ain't no way. 3,000 is crazy. What you got, Weezy? Best of the week, my brother.
I'm a second on Jeff, man. My best of the week was hanging out with the fellas.
Yeah, man. It's a good time. It was a good time. Shout out to the guys, man. Right back to you. Worst of the week, Weezy.
Worst of the week, man. Be careful what you post on IG, man. I see some disturbing shit on IG this week.
Can I speak on that?
I think it's who I think it is. I think it's who I think it is. Because that's what?
I see some disturbing shit, man.
It just clicked.
It's
Wild.
Yeah.
good. You good? You buying this one?
Yeah.
No. You good, bro.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'll let you know, but it was some wild shit and
Going too far.
going too far.
We're going too far.
And it's like some shit that you was like, man, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, what we doing?
Like, why?
Yeah.
Put that shit on. All right, but
Why?
yeah, go over there with that shit.
Why?
Man.
Like Jada Kiss. Why?
I gotta and when I see that, I gotta ask that.
I'm going.
See, no, you don't.
I damn.
You don't.
Worst of
You don't.
for me is the transfer portal in college football. As we record this podcast, there are 1,800 FBS players listed in the database. The winter window closes Saturday, December the 28th, and the spring window is set for 10 days, opening April the 16th and closing April the 25th. This is not getting any better. It's actually getting worse.
Yeah.
And on top of that, too, I really don't think a lot of these guys realize that they're putting themselves in the transfer portal for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
For sure.
like one of your Florida Gators, man. That man said on his, he wanted a contract saying that he's guaranteed to play on every third down.
Yeah.
Like, what are we
And he was a starter, too.
What we doing?
That was a
man?
starter, yeah.
It's getting bad.
What you got? Worst of the week, Coach?
My worst of the week, man, is San Francisco 49ers linebacker Devondre Campbell.
Yeah, man.
He deserved. Never mind, I ain't gonna say that because I don't want to see nobody lose their job.
And it's
I ain't
holiday
gonna say
season.
that.
It's the holiday season.
But you can't be on a team and tell your team you're not gonna go in the game because you lost your starting position because the original starter came back. Like you had to know that's what they brought you there for, to start until he came back. So Dre Greenlaw comes back and you don't start, and then he gets hurt again. And you say you ain't gonna go in. Come on, man. That's bad.
Yeah. What you got, Jeff? Talk to the people. Worst of the week. Close us out, bro.
Oh man, fantasy football, that's my stuff. Fantasy sports, period. And in my big money league, Jehovah, I missed out on the playoffs by one damn point. One Brandon Cooks catch and touchdown put me out of the playoffs. It's tough. It's tough.
I hear that stretch right there.
That stretch.
Yeah, that's
big
that
dog
stretch.
stretch.
That's why I don't play.
Yeah.
That's big dog.
I'm so happy.
He only
And I
had
was-
one catch though.
I was told that Twin didn't make it in the playoffs in FSP. I'm so happy. I am so happy. There's never been a time more happy. I used to pray for times like
Make sure you check us out on iTunes. Randy Moss did just beat cancer.
He beat it already?
He just had a procedure. Just that was
Oh, man.
said when we they said he's a cancer survivor.
That's a group best of the week right there.
Yeah, that's a group best week. So he got his liver removed, I assume.
Sure, after being hospitalized last season. I didn't read the detail, but it's
Okay, well, good though.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cool. I make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, and Amazon Music to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP. Just simply search Full Sport Press Podcast. J-Ho
Yes, sir.
and Weezy. Do you guys have a yellow box with Cheerios recipient for our listeners? This is going to be good.
Yeah, we do.
Let's go.
And we might be a repeat offender.
No, that's first time.
But yeah, we have
So
Southern.
Okay.
Huh? What?
We have Southern's Utah's basketball player Hercy Miller.
You set this one out, Coach.
You see this out, Coach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't give a damn. Yeah. I can say whatever the hell I want to. 3 basketball players from Southern Utah University, including the son of rapper Master P, taken into custody for allegedly stealing refrigerators from the university campus. Hercy Miller is 24 years old, Brock Felder at 20, and Peter Dotson Jr., 25 years old, who all play for the Southern Utah University Thunderbirds, are facing theft charges stemming from the incident. The men allegedly took 2 refrigerators valued at $1,500 each from the loading dock of the Cedar City campus bookstore. Security footage revealed that the individuals loading the appliances into said vehicles, when questioned by police, Dotson Jr. and Miller explained that they assumed the refrigerators were abandoned because they've been sitting on the dock for almost, and I quote, a month. Now, the affidavit quoted Dotson saying, "I believe they were being thrown away and that it was okay for us to take them." All 3 players were booked into the county jail on November the 27th and released the next day. A spokesperson for the Iron County Attorney's Office tells us, FSP, that they submitted a motion to dismiss Miller's case in court on Friday afternoon. If a judge ultimately signs off on it, Miller will be in the clear. Here's the thing. The moral of this story is they were using pictures of Tennessee State University for this kid, and he's been at 3 schools since then. He hadn't been to TSU since 2021. So in turn, dude, he was only there for 6 months. Not even that.
I think you've been generous with 6 months.
That's 4 months.
Yeah, you've been.
So don't use, and I get it. That was the last photo but he played at Louisville.
Yeah.
Come on, man. He played at Drexel.
Drake or
something.
For something. I think it was Drexel. Yeah.
Come on, man. Butler? Was it Butler?
I'm just hoping that the case gets thrown out.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to see.
Well, all I'm saying is this is America's Dumbest Criminals. In turn, you see a refrigerator. It's not for you. It's not yours. Yeah, it's not yours. It might have just been sitting out because they were waiting to put a new one in. But I get it, too. Hold on. We've all been 25 years old, too, and done some dumb things. I think the world, we can all attest, if we were caught doing some of the dumb stuff we done in 25, would be
definitely the 20-year-old.
Is a little different.
The 20-year-old, I can see. The 24, 25.
25. You kind of know a little bit. You do know
a refrigerator.
A refrigerator. $1,500 refrigerator. That's what I'm saying. So in turn, do better, journalists, using pictures of current players.
Get the current pictures.
Get the current pictures. Because TSU is in a situation we don't need that.
We got enough going on in Tennessee State. We got enough going on. Yeah.
We need that.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
Yeah.
So I will get this over to one Southern Utah.
Southern Utah.
Not Tennessee State, not Drexel or Drake.
Louisville.
Yeah. He is at Southern Utah University.
Not in Baton Rouge. Not in No Limit Studios.
Come on, man. That's ridiculous. You guys ready to get started the first half?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Spotify, Beyond Pod, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Amazon Music. Hey, if you got Amazon Prime,
hell yes, that too.
Make sure you do all that, all right? And when these ads start showing, ads are free if you got Amazon Prime or Amazon Music. Make sure you check that out. All right, to get us on the full archive of past episodes of FSP, just simply search Full Sport Press Podcast.
First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like you do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I am J-Ho.
It's your boy, Big Jeff.
It's your boy, Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Big Jeff, what do you find on social media, my brother?
Thanks for asking, Weezy. You can find me at JEasley84 across all social media platforms.
Coach Locke.
Man, nothing's changed. It's Locke _the_ great. That's THA. Get at me.
Jay.
I'm J-Ho on Instagram and Twitter. Let's talk on Twitter, guys.
I'm FSP_Weezy on IG. I'm at How Weezy on Twitter. Holla at me.
All righty. It is the quarterfinal round of the Full Sport Press Fantasy Football League. Let's get it going. The number 1 seed, Mike Leach's Pirate Ship, one time for D. Harris, gets a bye this week. And also follow the Buzzards, the number 2 seed, myself, also receive a bye this week as the top 2 seeds in the league. First quarterfinal matchup, Brokeback Mountain at number 4 at 8-6 versus Dybantsa Ass. One time for Chaz at 8-6 as well. Chaz is predicted to win that one because P.O.'s up to his usual, not sending his lineups by the time we are recording. Thank you, P.O. Return of the Mac. One time for Reagan at 9-5, the number 3 seed. Versus third string commentators. One time for Shane, the number 6 seed. Reagan is projected to win that one by 20 points. We shall see how that plays out. And that is your quarterfinal round of the Full Sport Press Fantasy Football League.
So who all didn't make it, Joe?
Who did not make it?
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Wayman. I know he's listening.
Coach.
He did not make it this year.
We mission college football, Coach. Tap in,
Coach. Shout out to DP. I know he is definitely listening.
Oh damn, I ain't know my dog.
Yeah, DP did not make the shout out to Parr. He did not make the playoffs. Now watch God. One time for Sean Wash. I know he is listening as well. Man. He did not make the playoffs.
Thought it was for real ops on there that didn't make it.
Nah, it's one. I'm saving the best for last. Okay. I heard that. And the person you're talking about, Twin, did not make the playoffs as well.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to hear. Yeah.
He did not make the playoffs. Yeah. He's in a bye for the consolation bracket though.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. Is everybody else?
That's it.
Did nobody else get? Everybody else made it?
Animal Brown did not make it, and shout out to Cam. Cam's not making playoffs as well.
Yeah, no ops there.
Cam was. Ow.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk some college football, guys. The first 12-team college football playoff field is finally here, with the College Football Playoff Selection Committee announcing the field and bracket on Sunday following the conference championship games. And Coach Locke has been excited ever since. Despite expanding the field from 4 to 12 teams, there are still plenty of winners and losers here. Guys, let's go with our first winner, Weezy. Talk to the people.
Oh, the first one is Indiana.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Indiana, great season. They deserve to be in. They got I think they can really. What? No, that's my first winner. Is Indiana. They got a great season. They deserve to be in. I like where they are.
Okay.
Yeah, Indiana.
I would say the college football season is my first winner. Jeff, January 1. If I said and told you that Indiana, like Weezy mentioned, would be in the playoffs, you would look at me like I was crazy. If I told you SMU would get the last playoff spot over Alabama, over Miami, over Florida State, you would look at me like I was insane.
You had to throw that last season.
Man, I had to. Boise State and Arizona State have playoff byes, which is insane.
Yeah.
That's insane, right?
Yeah.
Ohio would try to make flag planting a felony.
That was my worst of the week, but
Come on,
I
man. Yeah,
feel like
worst.
fighting about that. Yeah,
Nick Saban knocking it out of the park on College game day.
Yeah.
Knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
Scott Frost is back to UCF.
Yeah.
Rich Rod is back in West Virginia. And
Yeah.
Bill Belichick
It's just taking a job.
got a gig.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Atlanta
And,
Falcons.
of course,
Yeah.
the Florida State Seminoles go 2-10
Wowzers.
because of a dog poop curse. That really happened, though.
Yeah.
You guys got cursed. Dog poop.
Nah, you get no curse. They got a bad quarterback's what they got.
Yeah, but college football this year is my win.
Did he transfer in the portal?
Nah, he done. He done.
He done finally.
I think he got one more year.
He can get one more year, but I don't think ain't nobody
gonna pick him up.
here. Coach, what you got? Give me first.
Ain't nobody gonna pick him up. Nah. No.
Somebody will pick him
I
up.
remember time though. I remember time.
Texas State, Tech, you will pick him
Oh,
up.
so we got a.
Man, Georgia's a winner, man.
There's a winner.
That path to me is the easiest path to the Final Four. They got Indiana on their side, and they got Notre Dame on their side. So they have an easy path. And backed up by Indiana, that most of you may not know, James Madison is where their head coach came from.
Yeah.
James Madison is the original Marshall because a lot of his players from James Madison left with him to go to Indiana.
Yeah.
That's why this Indiana team is so good, because they already know the playbook.
That's right.
They already play together, know each other. So it was like playing the same team playing together again, just in a different uniform. I think that's had a lot to do with why
That's
Indiana
blowing
was so
people
good.
out last year.
J-Man cooking ass. That's kicking ass.
So yeah, that's why I think Indiana was so good. But I think Georgia has the easiest path to make it to the Final Four.
We'll talk about that. What you got, Jeff?
The selection committee is my first winner. The selection committee, they let us know this is an invitational. They put together the best television show with these matchups. They realized a 3-loss team should not beat a 2-loss or 1-loss team just because that 3-loss team is a blue blood.
No, they travel. They travel well.
Yeah.
Good-
But either way,
It's a better game.
the selection committee got it right.
Okay.
They did the right thing. Finally,
Finally.
they did the right thing.
Another winner, Weezy. Talk to the people.
Oh, another one for me is University SMU.
SMU. Yeah.
SMU, one of the small. They're considered one of the smallest teams, small market team on this.
Yeah.
this thing,
I agree.
and to make it, on to lose what 2 games?
Yeah. And they just got to the ACC, correct, guys?
First year.
Yeah. All right.
A lot of first year teams. I didn't think it was going to do good in
Yeah.
the different conferences.
We made a bet about that.
Oh my god!
You gotta remember,
Man.
SMU teams. SMU had the death penalty at one point.
That's true.
The fact that they can actually spend this money out in the open now,
Yeah, true.
SMU is gonna be rolling for a while.
Shit was
Yeah.
30 years ago.
It's the
Jeff.
same team. It's the same people, same money.
All money still.
It's just more money.
Yeah, them people.
They can spend it out in the open now. This ain't surprising to me.
Texas, all money.
Yeah, my winner is the ACC. Clemson's win gave the ACC 2 teams in the playoff, a fairly remarkable development considering the fact of how bad the ACC has been over the last couple of years. Miami lost twice in November to fall out of the race. SMU and Clemson being in, man, that gives them a top 3 in the Power 4 behind the SEC and the Big Ten for sure. Head of the Big 12 though.
Good job.
Yeah, that's what's up. Another winner, Coach.
Penn State
Penn State.
didn't play anybody for real. I mean,
No.
we know the Big Ten was probably the best conference in college football this year.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
every time they play a big team, like always, they lose that game. But they still got in the playoffs because of the conference they were in, and they also have another. They on the same side with SMU and Boise State.
That's right.
So it's going to be another easy path for them as well, considering the other teams they could have possibly matched up with. Because, like we say, SMU at the end of the day is their first year on this level in the ACC, and Boise State is not a core 14 to look at. And even though they got Ashton Jeanty, who is only like 109 yards away,
I told you.
from breaking that record.
Yeah.
But I got to go with Penn State.
Yeah. What you got, Jeff?
Me, for saying that 12 teams just doesn't make sense.
You
And these matches, I commended the committee for leaving out a team that shouldn't be in this playoff. Yes, the committee is right. But 12 teams is not. We don't have 12 teams that's going to win this, that have a chance to win this. We have 3 teams that have a shot, and maybe 4, and it's going to play out just like Coach said. There's easy paths that they're going to have. We do not need 12 teams. We need 4 tops.
I disagree, though. I disagree because the 4 top teams would be in is
Texas, Georgia, Notre Dame, and Oregon.
All right, okay, they would be in.
That's
not fair.
That's
not fair to SMU. That's not fair to Indiana. That's not fair to
I tell you what,
Ohio State, Tennessee. It's just not.
Okay.
4 is just not enough.
Yeah.
Even in basketball, they have to put 60 teams out there. 4 is just like they can't just say, "Oh, we're just going to do a 2018 bracket." It's not enough.
I guarantee you, we're going to, with as many games they're adding on for these kids, by the time they get to that national championship, these teams will not look the same because you're asking these kids to play possibly 2 to actually 3 more games than they normally would play. By the time we get to that national championship, it's going to be who stays healthy, not who's the best team, who stayed the healthiest. That's what this is going to be about.
But that's what happens when you put a lot of money in it.
Your top 4 teams.
No, it's going to make a lot of money. True indeed.
Yeah. But your top 4 teams are going to play the same amount of teams anyway.
Yeah.
Same amount of games anyway. So you basically saying that your teams outside of the top 4,
they got to fight a little harder.
Yeah,
That's
gonna,
it. That's it. Can we move on to losers? Y'all good?
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. First loser, Weezy. Talk to the people.
My first loser is the critics that's too hard on the committee. The committee did screw something up with Oregon, the way they see their Oregon. But the way these games are played, the schedule of these games, these teams can be these games can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee, Ohio State can go either way. Clemson, Texas can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
SMU and Penn State, they both score. They can go either way. This is gonna be a good game. Indiana, Notre Dame, these games can go either way.
3 of the 4 games going to be double-digit wins, guaranteed. 3 of them 4 games going to be double-digit.
Double-digit wins, 10-point game. That's not a blowout to me. 10-point game ain't
14 points.
I don't know about no 14 points.
My first loser is the rest of the SEC: Alabama, South Carolina, and Ole Miss. South Carolina was the hottest team in the SEC in the second half of the regular season. Ole Miss often looked like one of the best teams in the entire FBS. They just had a bad loss to Florida. And you look at the way that the Alabama Crimson Tide, those teams all just pretty much lost a game that they shouldn't have lost. And in turn, they got usually, and what happens to the SEC schools, they usually get the benefit of the doubt, and they just didn't this year. So shout out to the rest of the SEC, though.
Finally, they didn't get the benefit of the doubt.
Can't lose to Oklahoma and Vanderbilt and think you're going somewhere, dude. Like,
What you got, Coach?
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
They got to go through Georgia to get to the Final Four
This shit out of Georgia.
after the season they had. But that's the negative.
No,
That's the negative of being an independent, because
they can only be
if they were in the power of a core 4 conference, they would be top 4 in these college football playoffs. But them playing independent, they are not even eligible to do that.
Yeah.
So they get a bad matchup if they win their first game. Then you got to go play Georgia, who's one of the hottest teams right now.
Yeah.
And we know what Georgia can do. So I went with Notre Dame for the seeding.
Jeff.
Georgia don't have their quarterback. Ohio State got a tough draw in Tennessee. That's my loss. Ohio State slipping up against getting those 2 losses. Now you got to play Tennessee in the first round. Ryan Day, you playing for your job and losing to Michigan, then losing the first round of the playoffs, you probably out of there, big dog.
Some people say Tennessee got a tough draw because they got to go up to Ohio State.
They got to go up there, but Tennessee losing their coach, they're a year ahead of schedule. Tennessee lose. Ryan Day losing the first round of his playoffs after losing to Michigan. He might be doing a podcast with us next year.
And it's going to be the first time Ohio State's played a night game in a horseshoe in a long time.
But in turn, it is, and Tennessee's not a cold weather team too, so it's Ohio State's gonna play better. I think it kind of works in the favor of Ohio State with that, Jeff. I disagree with that.
But it's still a tough draw.
It's still a tough draw. Now, the toughest draw is Oregon. Let's talk about that. Dan Lannon, you navigated your first real tricky season in the Big Ten, and you get awarded to be the winner of fucking Ohio. No, you play the winner of either Georgia or in Atlanta in the championship game, or a red hot Notre Dame team after that. Come on, y'all. That's a tough out.
That's the Final Four.
But that's not. That shouldn't be like that, and that's why I think that 4th seed being a Group of 5 team totally screws up everything, because there's no way that they should play the winner in a game that it just doesn't make sense. That should be the end of the thing. It shouldn't be in the second round.
But Oregon has the number 1 seed, right?
Yeah.
So the 4th seed,
Yeah.
4th state should have been on the side with Oregon.
Yeah.
Which that's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah,
So
1 play 4. Yeah, me.
So how's it?
Nah, but what I'm saying is their first game though is a really tough game. They play the winner of Ohio State
in Tennessee,
bro. That is a tough out. And that's a conference rival. It's hard to beat a conference rival twice.
Yeah, and that's why I had Ohio State to lose as well, because they have to go through Oregon again.
Yeah, but see,
play them.
that conference rival thing with Oregon and Ohio State, this is the first year.
Yeah.
This is the first year they play each other.
Yeah.
So that could go either way.
But just to be the number 1 overall seed and have the most difficult set of teams that you play to win it all isn't fair for a number 1 overall seed.
No.
So who would they? Okay, out of everybody, who would they should they be playing next then? Arizona State.
Yeah, that's what they would. So
yeah,
how it breaks down: Oregon plays the winner of Tennessee, Ohio State.
That ain't right.
They win that game. They play the winner of Arizona State versus the winner of Texas and Clemson.
Yeah.
So Arizona State is the 4th seed. So Arizona State gets the winner of Clemson and Texas.
Yeah.
So Oregon has
That's not easy. That's not easy. They should play the winner of Clemson and Texas, bro. Instead.
I think he's just looking at
3
the names.
Yeah.
Huh?
The names. I think we're looking at the names.
So that's what I'm saying. Arizona State being the 4th seed plays the winner of Clemson and Texas.
See,
but they're 5 and 12.
Yeah.
So that's what you saying. You saying the outside core 4 winner
should always
be the 4th.
Always be the 4th seed.
That's okay.
They are the 4th. Arizona State is the 4th.
No. The group of
Well,
Boise.
Boise
should be 4. Yeah.
Well, but Boise is a better team than Arizona State.
We don't know that.
Okay. Got a better record.
Any other losers?
Me.
Okay.
You got another one?
No.
Well, my next loser is it shouldn't have been. It's like the bye week. So the team is on the bye week gets actually 2 weeks off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This team and all these teams get a week off. They're not playing this week. They need to play. They should have played this week. Even in NFL Super Wild Card weekend, you play the following week.
So you said they should have played this week. They ain't got a bye week.
The bye week should have been this week for the teams that get the bye.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They exactly.
So you should have given them 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So you're giving Georgia 2 weeks off
to get the quarterback
right. What they
right.
have to do though, this is final, so in turn they got to get them back to school.
Yeah, you can't play during finals.
That's what
they need to figure that shit out. Then
you can't. They're student athletes.
Because this shouldn't be playing. They shouldn't be playing football right now.
You can't.
Yeah, all that money they need to figure that shit out.
No,
I understand.
It's football second.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
Well, I had one more loser.
Okay, go ahead.
Is we talked about it a little bit. It's like college football, and I forget who mentioned this first. I wish I had this original thought, but it's very true. College football is usually finished at this point, right? And the bowl games are in warmer weather cities. We're about to actually watch college football in the elements, and we don't get that a lot. Mm-hmm. So I understand saying a team like Tennessee doesn't play in cold weather. Ohio State really doesn't play many cold weather games other than the Michigan game. No, the Michigan game is the only game that's really, really cold by then.
It get cold in Minnesota too, bro.
It gets cold, but their season is done by November. What I'm saying is you're playing home games now at night in the middle of December. Yeah. It's going to be 20, 30 degrees.
They literally have to, because just like Weezy, Mitch, you sound like Weezy, because at the end of the day, they have to have a week off for finals.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying this is the first time we're having to see this, and they're understanding that they may switch these games to all neutral site games in the future.
And now we see why now there's a thin line between an athlete and a student athlete, because in turn, you're supposed to primarily like prioritize athletics over actually schoolwork. No, you can't.
Well, no, I'm not. Well, let me make sure I'm saying. I'm not saying. I'm not saying they should.
But because you make great points.
Yeah.
And Weezy does too. But in turn, it's never gonna go that way because you are a student athlete.
Or you go back to 4 teams and you don't have to worry about this.
I'm surprised they actually did host games for the first round. I was surprised when they did that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, move to neutral sites. Like these playoffs games should be all new because they're all technically going to be bowl games anyways. You keep advancing.
Also, too, though, you got to worry about most of those schools and when most of those games are played in NFL stadiums too, so you got to worry about that too.
Yeah, play that out better. Y'all want these 12 teams?
What games playing NFL stadiums?
Like not the Rose Bowl, but like
the big games.
And that's what for this first round, I don't think that should be played in NFL stadiums. You
Where-
can go to another college and play the game.
Where though?
like another arena.
Like another college stadium. Like for example, you can go play at
Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
and when they get their new stadium,
you can go play at Gainesville.
Yeah, for sure.
You can go play what?
Who the hell want to do that though?
It don't matter. That's part. Like they can go play one in Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville. Yeah,
I mean, just go to one of those.
It's just hard to kind of different. We roll it. Yeah, we gotta move on. We gotta move on. What you got?
Let's talk a little bit of baseball. Oh my, the Yankees. Anyway, Juan Soto just signed the largest contract in the history of sports itself, getting a historic $765 million in New York, but not from the Yankees, cameraman, from the New York Metropolitans. With escalators in this contract, could bring it to $805 million. With my favorite part of the contract, an opt out after 5 years if it ain't going his way, no trade clause, and award bonuses, $500K for his first MVP, and $1 million for each subsequent MVP that he will receive.
Shit don't mean nothing. Go ahead, Jim.
Go ahead, Jim.
Go ahead, Jim.
Well, no, go ahead.
Well, because no, the contract itself is huge.
Okay.
But those bonuses are that.
Okay.
If you getting $70 million a year, you don't give a damn about no MVP. No, you don't. Not for the money. You don't. You don't.
You get $51 million a year.
You getting $51 million a year.
Yeah,
You saying that
care
extra
about
that extra million kicker?
Bro, the Yankees offered him the same exact.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah.
Who are the bigger? Are the Metropolitans, the Mets, a bigger winner, or are the Yankees a bigger loser?
Well,
That's be my question.
The main reason that the Yankees, he just didn't want to come back to the Yankees. That's the problem.
That says something though.
What happened was he didn't want to. He wanted to unretire a jersey. He also wanted a suite for his family.
Yeah.
The Mets also gave him that as well. And on top of that, instead of 15 years, they would making him do it 16 years.
Yeah.
So in turn, no, man, you can't, bro. They didn't do that for nobody. Dude, Alex Rodriguez, Derek Jeter, fucking Aaron Judge has to pay for box seats. You mean to tell me Juan Soto comes in and prances? No.
George Steinbrenner would let this happen.
Hell no, he wouldn't. He would have folded.
He would have made sure Juan Soto stayed in the Yankees.
Yeah.
This doesn't look good for the Yankees to me. This does not look good.
I mean, the biggest thing, like you said, that the suite is crazy. The crazy that we're at a time where a suite can swing you from signing with a team. Yeah. Let's just start there. That's wild. That has nothing to do with the play on the field, none of that. But the fact that you get a suite for the games swayed this man to make this decision. But he also said that the owner of the Mets gave him a good plan for the future, and he believed in it. Well, I mean, of course you're going to say that because you're signing with him. Yeah. But I just thought it was odd that a suite had a lot to swing with this deal. That's weird.
Yeah. So what we were trying to do is defer the money. And in turn, you still get the money. Just like Ohtani, he's only getting paid $2 million per year by the Dodgers over the course of that 10-year contract. Yeah. And the remaining $680 million be paid out the 10 years after that contract expired. So either way you calculate it, Juan Soto is in a situation where his true value is $300 million more than Shohei Ohtani. And I think that is diabolically wrong. It's almost malpractice.
Well, my only pushback is Juan is 26.
He is.
It's 26. So you don't know what the rest, because he's just now approaching his athletic prime at 26.
I mean,
at 26.
But I don't think he's worth more than Ohtani.
If I'm a billionaire owner, as the Metropolitans have, and I already have Francisco Linder there, and I've already made a push in the playoffs this year, and I can see the championship that they want, gotta go get him.
But if
you gotta go get him.
Yeah, the only reason I think he's not worth more than Ohtani, just because Ohtani pitches.
He pitches.
But that's a rarity. That never ever happens.
That's why you pay the rarities. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I also think it's not a apples to apples conversation simply because it's two different contracts, two different lengths of contracts, and those two different times. Otani got paid what he got paid because that was when it was his turn to get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
the
like
bar.
the NBA when Conley was the number one highest paid player in the NBA.
Yeah,
It
he
just
set
was
the
his
bar.
time. Yeah.
So the bar's been set. I don't think that people are saying, "Oh, that he's better than He's not better than Otani." That's not the argument.
I don't think that anybody said that. I just think that if you're paying Otani that much money, if you're paying Soto that much money, you should be paying Otani $800 million a year because he's doing both. You see what I'm saying?
He can do more.
He can do more.
I don't.
He's leading the league in home runs, and on top of that, he's gonna give you 10 wins.
And he's still in bases.
But do you think the Dodgers, not to get us off the subject, think the Dodgers actually, now that they've won the World Series without him pitching, do you think they allow
They
him to
feel
pitch
good
next year?
about it because you know why?
Okay.
Now he's gonna pitch next year too. On top of that,
Okay.
and still lead the league in home.
I just don't know if they'll pitch him as much now.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
And
why
that's
would I
fair.
have to pitch him that much?
You don't really have to
Yeah.
because guess what? He can be DH for the rest of his career.
Okay.
That's insane, man. Yeah, shout out to Juan Soto.
Yeah.
All right, before we get started with halftime, let's talk some college basketball. AJ Dybantsa, the number one basketball recruit in the class of 2025, announced Tuesday that he was committed to BYU for his 1 year of college. He picked the Cougars over Alabama, Kansas, and North Carolina. Dybantsa's name, image, and likeness asking price was close to $7.5 million. The 17-year-old 6'9", 210-pound Dybantsa is BYU's first five-star recruit since the creation of the ESPN recruiting database in 2007. Weezy, is this a sign of things to come in college basketball?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
If you that good and they pay you that much money, yeah, yes, it is. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
If they gonna give you $7 million for 8 months, you gonna go there too?
Yeah. I mean, if that's your asking price, yeah, it makes sense. But when I saw this kid going to Utah Prep, I told the cameraman, I said, "We're not getting AJ Dybantsa." He's he's going to North Carolina. I said, "Listen, this kid has been in Utah for 10 or 11 months.
Yeah.
It's a wrap. It's over with. We're not getting him." And on top of that, that entire coaching staff for NBA guys came from the Philadelphia 76ers, and they also came from the Phoenix Suns. So in turn, you got an entire assistant coaching staff, head coaching staff that were all once NBA coaches. And the main thing that nobody is talking about is the biggest alum from BYU is the owner of the Utah Jazz, Ryan Miller. He just said, "Oh, okay, how much we trying to do?"
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it's my
make it
tax
work.
write-off, $7 million, straight to the collection. Let's go home.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's perfectly said. Like, this is the definition of it's bigger than Eno Brown. Like, people just thinking, why do you choose BYU? Follow the money, Jimmy. Like we used to say over pocket watching, follow the money, Jimmy. It's right there. Like Jay said, the largest donor is the Utah Jazz owner. Of course, he wants BYU to prosper. He's an alumni, and I can make it happen with just $7 million as a tax write-off. Take this money.
And shout out to BYU for making it happen.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to BYU.
BYU saw that they needed to get a guy, and they went and got Ryan Young, and they're off to a 6-2 start. They're playing well, but now so many people are going to be watching BYU basketball. It's going to increase the enrollment rate. It's just Kevin.
Yeah. Head coach.
Yeah, Kevin Young.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So so if you look at that, the way that they're doing this is smart. Now, granted, I just don't know if this is something that a trend is going to happen. People going to BYU, but Kevin Young, dude, getting $4 million a year come on now, he's getting more than Dybantsa's getting more than him, and for him to get $4 million a year, y'all, at BYU is insane. BYU is in the Big Ten.
Did they move the Big Ten?
Or they I think they in the Big Ten. Big Ten basketball.
Yeah. I ain't gonna speak on AJ, but just in general of everything, this is what sports is headed.
Yeah.
The Blue Bloods are not gonna automatically get top players anymore because they're the Blue Bloods. Because on this list, he had Kansas, UNC, and Alabama. And he chose BYU over. So it's not necessarily about those Blue Bloods like your Kentuckies and those schools anymore. These kids are going where the money is.
Where the money resides.
That's just what the sports is heading to with this NIL stuff
Get
now.
that collective together.
Yeah.
We seen it first with Travis Hunter going to Jackson State.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they weren't even paying that much. He just followed Dion, and BYU's in the Big 12, man.
And BYU ain't had an NBA draft pick since Jimmy Fredette in 2010.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and then that coach left. Is that now he's the head coach at Kentucky, right? Is that the dude that was at BYU? Yeah.
Is that where he came?
Yeah, Pope. I think Pope came from there. Yeah, I could be wrong though, but yeah.
It was the other one. It was the purple team. It wasn't BYU. No, he went to Vanderbilt. You're right.
Yeah,
You might be right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think Mark Pope is the head coach of BYU. Anyway, we've been running along. You guys.
Hey, it's your man, Coach Locke. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Full Sport Press podcast every Monday, wherever you stream your podcast episodes. Like I always say, get a drummer song.
Revolution will be podcasted. Halftime, we are back. Weezy, talk to the people.
All right, here we go. This week I'm doing my top 7 football teams in the NFL.
There we go.
FSP style. Here we go. We had some movement on the list, Joe. This is just my list, though.
It's your list.
It's
your list.
We're-
Like J-Ho
and then record wise is different, but this is my list.
Your list.
And then bye week, I had a team move up to number 7 to 2 teams that lost this week.
Okay.
In the bye week, I had Baltimore Ravens move up to number 7.
Okay.
To taking off Green Bay that lost,
Uh-huh.
and also the Los Angeles Chargers.
Okay. All right.
They both lost.
Right.
At number 6 this week, I still have the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 6 this week.
Okay. All right.
I still have them at number 6, even though they blew out Joe Burrow's team, which doesn't have a winning record. That's got to count for something.
Okay.
All right. I had a switch this week. At number 5, somebody dropped from number 4. Philadelphia Eagles dropped to number 5. Well, because here's the thing. Philadelphia Eagles was one play away from losing to the Carolina Panthers, Jeff.
Also won 9 straight.
They was one play away from losing. And guess who else has also won a couple games straight? And it's the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Is the Minnesota Vikings a better team than Philadelphia Eagles right now?
No.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so. So that's why that switch.
Okay.
All right, number 3 team. I still got them at they went back to number 3. The Buffalo Bills at number 3.
Tough loss.
Tough loss. But you still only got 2 losses, so you're good. Number 2
3
team.
losses for Buffalo.
Huh?
It's 3 losses for Buffalo.
Yeah, 3 losses for the Buffalo. Number 2 team is the Kansas City Chiefs. And number 1, the Detroit Lions, still winning.
My only question is 3 loss Buffalo is number 3.
Mm-hmm.
2 loss Philadelphia is number 5.
I think so.
And Buffalo coming off a loss and Phillies won 9 straight.
But here's the thing about Philly. Did you watch the Philly game?
Yes.
They supposed to lose it.
They're supposed to lose it.
Carolina. Kansas City's supposed to lose to Carolina too.
Yeah, that's true.
But
They won.
Carolina's playing since they did the right thing and put that boy back in the starting lineup. I wish that didn't happen to Andy Dalton having that car wreck. I'm not wishing that on him. But they put that boy back in the starting lineup, which is Bryce Young. They've been looking like a competent football team.
I think Minnesota's a better team. I think Buffalo's a better team than Philly right now.
I got you.
I don't think that. I don't
Good
think
list,
that.
guys. You ready? You guys ready to get started? The second half.
Let's do it.
Let's get it. J-Ho. Check us out each and every Monday. The Revolution will be podcasted. Revolution will be podcasted. Second half, college football playoff breakdown show and matchups. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jep.
This your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Lock, the 2024 college football playoff bracket is set as 12 teams prepared to compete in the expanded playoff for the first time. Now, the only things left to play the games and decide a national champion. That process will begin actually on Friday, December the 20th. Who wins the college football playoffs to become the first national champion of the 12-team era? We will kick things off with the number 10 seed, Indiana Hoosiers, at the number 7 seed, Notre Dame, Fighting Irish. Weezy, how does Indiana win this game?
Indiana wins this game. They have to outscore Notre Dame. They completely outscore. Both of these teams, well, I know Indiana, they score a lot of points, but they don't. But they always come up with a fumble interception at the right time.
Big play.
And their quarterback is playing good.
Yeah.
But Notre Dame's defense, I think, is going to help them out in this game. Because Notre Dame has been blowing teams out too. If you look at their, they've been blowing teams completely
We're
out.
talking about how Indiana, you got to stick with Indiana. So how does Indiana win the game?
They got to outscore Notre Dame.
There we go. I'm rolling. All right. So I also think that Indiana has to outscore because they're the number 2 scoring offense in the entire college football. And on top of that, D'Angelo Pons, who came from James Madison with Kurt Signetti, is a first-team all-freshman. He came all the way to the Big Ten and was a first-team all-performer as well. So They need Pons to be an opportunistic guy, lockdown corner. So outscore, and D'Angelo Pons has to make a big play. What you got, Coach?
I agree, man. They averaging 438 yards per game at 43 points per game. And it's not like their offense is unbalanced. They totaled just 1,000 yards fewer than their passing yards for the season. So it ain't like you can say, okay, if we stop the pass, we'll be good. You got to be able to stop both to stop this team. But if they can keep the offense and do what they've been doing all year, Indiana win this game.
Jeff.
Establish the run early for Indiana and keep it close in the fourth quarter. That's the best way for him to win. Because like you said, you have opportunistic defense to make a play to get the game for you. That's how they win. Run the ball, establish the run very early, and keep it close going into the fourth quarter where you need a big play on defense, but that's how you win the game.
Right back to you on Notre Dame. How does Notre Dame win, Jeff?
Play defense. That Indiana's going to score. The biggest difference in this game is Notre Dame's defense is light. I shouldn't say light years, but I'm picking Notre Dame's defense, but I pick Indiana's defense. So if Notre Dame just plays defense out the gate, this should be a fair, good win for them.
Coach?
Yeah, I agree, man. Notre Dame only gives up 296 yards a game at 13.6 points per game. And that's pretty impressive considering they played against 3 ranked teams this year. So it ain't like they've been playing anybody. So if their defense holds up like they've been doing all year, Notre Dame will win this game.
Notre Dame has yet to commit a turnover in the red zone. So making sure that you do that and keep that going. I might have jinxed them right now, but I think one of the keys for Notre Dame to make that run is the health of Howard Cross III. He missed a lot of the entire month of November, a little bit of December as well because of a left ankle sprain. So in turn, he should be back with these 2 weeks that Weezy talked about earlier in the show. If you get him there to play and that home field advantage, that is how Notre Dame wins. Weezy, how does Notre Dame win?
Notre Dame wins is hold Indiana to field goals instead of let them score touchdowns. It win turnover battle. They can cause some turnovers and get touchdowns, and not let them score touchdowns and get field goals. They win the game.
Okay. So who do you have winning this game and why?
I'm always gonna pick defense when in crunch time.
Yeah.
I'm going with defense. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. All right. I have. This is the thing. Indiana historically this year they can score the ball. That's what they're doing. I just don't know if Notre Dame can do that. Historically, I would think so, though, because the Hoosiers were held to just 20 points against Michigan and 15 points in their lone loss to Ohio State. So I got Notre Dame holding down with that and winning that game. What you got, Coach?
I have Notre Dame as well because of the defense. I think the defense is going to play better than Indiana's offense, so I'm going to go with Notre Dame.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard pick. What you got, Joe?
Everything you all say, I got Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame pulling out the win. All right. What's the spread for that, Wiz? Coach. No. I'm talking about who. Like,
the spread, bro.
The spread, bro. You went money line under
7.5. Okay, and Notre Dame is favored by 7.5 points in this game. All right, cool. Shoot me that. For never mind. We'll figure it out. Next up, we have the number 11 seed SMU versus the number 6 seed Penn State Nittany Lions. Jeff, how does SMU win this game?
Okay. SMU has played lights out football this season in the ACC. They're going to continue pushing the ball through the air and having a balanced attack against Penn State. That's how they win this game.
Coach?
For me.
Kevin Jennings has to play like he's played all year.
He been balling.
And their defense cannot start slow like they did against Clemson. If the defense don't start that slow against Clemson, SMU wins that conference championship game. They got so far behind so early in the first quarter, they were playing catch up the entire game, and they just fell short and ran out of time because the game, they wound up losing by 3. They came back. So if the defense doesn't start slow and Kevin Jennings plays like he did all year, SMU can win this game.
What Rhett Lashley did to start Kevin Jennings in week 4, they've been on a roll ever since, and they only gave up 15 sacks all season. So if they find a way to continue to block for him and at the same time run the ball just a little bit, I know they're not a ground and pound type of team, but it has Brashard Smith as their running back. If he can set the tone, they can win the game.
I think SMU wins this game if they just match Penn State score for score. I don't think defense is going to be able to stop Penn State in the clutch, but I do think that they can match Penn State when they score.
Okay. So how does Penn State win, Weezy?
Penn State wins. They got to stop their offense. They got to come up with some 3 and outs.
Yeah.
But the spread offense that SMU runs is notoriously it's dangerous in college football. That's the offense that Oregon ran back in the day with their spread offense. That offense is dangerous.
Yeah. So how Penn State wins the game for me is Tyler Warren, Weezy's guy. He's a go-to playmaker for that offense. And on top of that, you get Abdul Carter. And he'll be back playing at a high level. I think he's a projected first-round pick. You get him there at Beaver Stadium on that home field. They can jump out on him early and get the crowd into the game. And it's a whiteout. Yeah. People don't talk about that. It's a whiteout for this game. So, yeah, that is a big deal. What you got, Coach?
Penn State wins this game if their secondary continues to play like they did. They're allowing just 5.2 yards per drop back, which is 14th in the country, which means if their secondary holds up, that means Kevin Jennings doesn't have a good game. Yeah. Kevin Jennings doesn't have a good game. There's no way SCB can win this game. So the secondary in Penn State has to play like they've been playing all year.
Cool.
Everything you all said about Penn State, and then getting out to an early start. SMU, this is no one's played in the 12-team playoff, so let's get that out the way. Penn State, though, James Franklin has been there. He's played in big games, hasn't won a lot of them. But he's been there.
Any of them.
He's been there. SMU has showed that, in that ACC championship, this is new territory for them right now. Okay. Penn State jumps out quick. They can get this one.
Who wins the why, Jeff?
Penn State wins simply because of what I was saying about SMU, this being uncharted territory for them. And having those playmakers, like you said, Jay, I don't see how Penn State loses this in a whiteout at home.
Yeah, that's tough. What you got, Coach?
I'm going Penn State as well because of their defense to slow down that offense.
Yeah, I think so. I'm rolling with everybody else said. I think SMU's task is a tall task. It's a very tall task. They take care of the Mustangs on a chase to go ahead and go against Boise State, which is insane in the Fiesta Bowl. What you got, please?
I think SMU wins. I think they go out there and they score first.
Yeah, so that's your man, James Franklin. Hold on. Is that not your man, James Franklin?
James Franklin too.
Yeah,
James Franklin, your man. But what's up with him not winning big games, but just meaningful games?
And that's the thing. So I think they both are like, when it comes to coaches, they're both in uncharted territory. James Franklin ain't never been here.
I mean,
he ain't never been here.
Yeah. Okay.
He's never been here other than just a regular ball game.
Okay. So throw it out the window. Let's play golf. Okay. All right. What's the spread on this one? And this spread is 8.5 going with the Penn State Nittany Lions, right? All right, cool. Next up, we have the number 12 seed, Clemson Tigers, as the number 5 seed, Texas Longhorns, Weezy. How does Clemson win this game?
The pressure on Quinn Ewers. Your defense got to win this game for you.
It's your man. This has been a fascinating season to watch Cade Klubnik and his development. If you look at him at that first game, he looked like a player that couldn't play college football. And now you look at how Dabo is incorporating him into the offense at a high level. It's one of those ones where it's hard to go against them. But he has to play at a high level. It's going to be the best performance of his life to beat Texas at Texas. So it would be on the not on the back, but on the arm of Cade Klubnik. What you got, Coach?
Clemson wins this game if they can continue to force turnovers. Yeah. They're second in the FBS in 16+ turnover margin, and they run the ball pretty good. But they're going to have to force turnovers to stay in this game because if they force turnovers, that means they've slowed down Texas.
Mm-hmm. What you got, Joe?
I like what you said about Cade Klubnik, but Clemson's defense got to play lights out.
Yeah, that's true.
Clemson's defense has to win this game for them. Everything Coach said about how they force the turnovers, they need all of that in this game to keep it close.
Right back to you, Jeff. How does Texas win this game?
Just be poised. Quinn Ewers, just be poised. Like, take the shots that this defense gives you because they're coming at you. Mm-hmm. Take the shots that they give you. Don't try to force it and win the game in the fourth quarter.
Coach?
Texas wins this game running the ball because Clemson's defensive line is so bad. They allow 11.1 yards per rush, which is 119th in the FBS. So if they can run the ball, it'll just make it even easier for Ewers. So Texas runs the ball, they win this game.
Besides Quinn Ewers, Andrew McCuba, the cameraman's best cornerback in the country over there. Not throwing that way, cameraman. I tell you what. The thing is, they have to figure out a way to keep him into the game, making big plays. They figure out a way to do that, and if they also find a way to make sure that Quinn Ewers stays upright, because he's been dealing with an oblique injury and ankle injury this season. When healthy, he plays pretty good, but without that, It's very hard for them to win games. So it would be on the back of Andrew Makuba and Quinn Ewers-Weezy.
I think Texas wins this ball game if Quinn Ewers stays healthy, but they also got to run the football.
They do. They got to run the damn football.
They got to run the football, but I think it's going to be tough to run the football against Clemson.
Neither one of the teams have had a 100-yard rusher back-to-back games in situations like that. So that goes all the way to Phil Maffa for Clemson and also any of the running backs. We got to realize Texas lost 2 of their running backs at the beginning of the season with ACL injury. So yeah, that's tough too.
You think Clemson it's gonna be hard to run about on Clemson? You see how many yards they give up?
Just
per rush.
You giving these boys 2 weeks to prepare, man.
Yeah, but Quinn Ewers throwing the ball 46 times ain't gonna do it. They got to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins and why?
Just keep it respectable. Everything we said about Texas, they're on both sides of the ball. They are overwhelmingly better than Clemson this year. What was the spread, cameraman? Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, it's Texas by 11.5. I'm going with that. Yeah,
what you got, Cole?
Texas, man. Texas has been tested more than Clemson. Clemson only has 1 win over a winning record since week 12 when they beat Pitt. And, of course, they just got the one over SMU in the championship game. But before that, they only had the 1 victory with a team winning record. And I don't think they're going to be able to stop the run. So I'm going to go with Texas.
What's not being talked about enough is Kelvin Banks, Jeff's guy. He's going to miss that game if they played this week. So he gets an extra week to rest that sprained ankle.
Yeah.
If he's not playing, Quinn Ewers ain't staying upright.
True.
With that being said, Clemson is playing really good football right now. I got Clemson winning this in the shocker.
I know. Dabo is Dabo. You know he gonna do Dabo things.
Yeah. They caught fire at the right time, man.
They did.
Yeah.
I think Dabo managed the season like all right, we got to lose to Georgia, and we just stay above water, and we'll get in one of these 12.
And Texas ain't fireproof at home. You can see that. First loss of the season.
Their
That
home
was only Georgia though, bro.
Yeah.
That was only Georgia.
Yeah, their home field is not as big as like Ohio State or Penn State.
Nah.
Matter of fact, if the game was at Clemson, Clemson would beat them.
Clemson would beat them if they. Yeah, you got to go there.
It was a Death Valley deal. They would beat them.
So you got Clemson winning too.
I think I got Clemson winning.
I got Clemson winning too. All right. And last but not least, right? Yeah. It is the number 9 seed, Tennessee Vols, at the number 8 seed, Ohio State Buckeyes. Jeff, how does Tennessee win this game?
Air it out. Have fun. Like, let their quarterback. That quarterback got their money to come there. Let him earn that money this game. Air it out. Throw the ball downfield. Make big play after big play. Keep Ohio State on their heels. That defense looks subjectable to everything against Michigan.
That's right.
And just go out there and play free. Play free as a football team.
Coach?
Like Jeff mentioned, offense got to step up because they haven't been hitting the big plays like they were early in the year. They only rank 115th in yards per successful play and 108th in explosive marginal plays. But they do have one of the best run defense in the nation. So if the defense can stay like they've been doing and continue to shut down the run, Tennessee will win this game.
And Weezy's been talking about Nico Iamaleava the entire year, but he has also been talking about Dylan Sampson, who got robbed of the dope. He wasn't even nominated, and he had 22 rushing touchdowns in 1485. Dylan Sampson is the reason if they win this game, him playing at a high level, playing out of his mind. I think he'll come in with the chip on his shoulder. And on top of that, the Vols have been lights out at home, but enabled to kind of figure out a way to throw the ball. If you look into a situation where Dylan Sampson, you just hand the ball off to him, it kind of takes away the pressure from Nico. So it would be a Dylan Sampson heavy offense to win the game.
Yeah. I think Tennessee goes back and watch that tape from Michigan and take the same thing they did. You run the ball down their throat, beat a more physical team. Yeah. Tennessee is better up front on both sides of the ball. Defensive line and offensive. So you got the all-time leading rush in Tennessee history. You run the football down their throats.
That's right. That's right. Right back to you, Weezy. How does Ohio State win?
Ohio State is going to have to stop the run, which they couldn't do it with their biggest rival at Michigan. And their quarterback is suspect play. But Ohio State has to get off to a quick start. They get off to really, really slow starts. Really, really slow starts.
Bad quarterback play as well.
So if they get off to a quick start, they might have a chance, but I don't think so.
All right, so Nico Iamaleava counted for just 9 touchdowns, turned the ball over 6 times in big games this year. So he's not going to win that game by himself, clearly. So we talked about Dylan Sampson. But if they can find a way to get it a little murky for him, hit him in the head a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get up close to him. Because the quarterback play in both of these guys has been suspect to be real nice. So, in turn, how Ohio State wins this game is if you make Nico throw a pick or two, and it's over with. Because he shuts down after he makes a bad play. You got to go.
If Ohio State can keep that quarterback upright on blitzing, they have a bad ranking when it comes to extra rushers, ranking 76 on the 9.3% blitz sack rate, and they 55th overall in sacks per pressure. So if Tennessee is blitzing a lot, if Ohio State can pick up the blitz, they'll be fine. That's how Ohio State has to win the game.
Jeff.
Sew up that defense. Like, don't give up as many big plays as you did, like you did. I just keep going back to that Michigan game because I was just astonished how they lost that they lost it and how they lost that game to Michigan. Sew up that defense, and then also, you have to establish a running game as well. You have to put Tennessee on the heel. I said that earlier about another matchup, but it's simple. Like, sew up the defense. Trust in your coaching staff has to have a more balanced play call attack. Do not try to run this ball down Tennessee's throat like you tried to do against Michigan. Again, I keep bringing that up, but that scared me because Ohio State, to me, talent-wise, is more talented than Tennessee. No. I don't trust Ohio State's coaching staff, though.
Go.
All right, win.
Are you okay? Who wins and why then, Jeff?
Everything is telling me Tennessee wins this game.
Ooh.
Everything is telling me Tennessee wins this game. Ohio State has the more talent. It's probably talent for talent, top two most talented teams in college football. But it's something about them that they are not imposing their will. They aren't winning these games. You cannot lose that game against Oregon and against Michigan the way they did. I'm going Tennessee in a close one.
Okay. Coach?
I'm going to go Tennessee as well. I think their defense will slow down Ohio State just enough. And I think Nico will have a big game. They have the wide receivers to spread out the Ohio State defense and get back on track, putting up big points.
Okay. The big question is whether Ohio State's banged up offensive line can hold up for Will Howard. And I think they will, just on the strength of Ryan Day figuring out a way to put his back against the wall. He lost to Michigan. His job's on the line. Let's just be real. And the main thing, this was in Neyland Stadium. This would be a totally different prediction. But I have Ohio State winning just because Josh Heupel doesn't coach well on the road. So I'm going with Ohio State with this.
I've seen Tennessee this year. Their defense line win them games, cause fumbles. When Nico's having a bad game, you can't forget when they played Oklahoma, that quarterback was a top 5 quarterback, and they benched him. Mm-hmm. He's in the transfer portal right now. So
that's true.
I'm going with Tennessee in the defensive line.
Tennessee in the defensive line.
What's
that spread, Cameron? 7.5 going with the Ohio State Buckeyes. It's hard. It's at the crib. Yeah. It's at at night.
I don't think it's gonna scare Tennessee. Now if that was SMU going there, it'd be different. I don't think it's gonna scare Tennessee.
Man,
they played 100.
You got a freshman quarterback though.
Who got a freshman quarterback?
Tennessee.
He ain't no freshman ball. This time of the year. This time he ain't no freshman ball. I don't think so either. Yeah, he done played enough now.
Big game. It's a lot of pressure.
He done played in big games. Tennessee, Georgia, Oklahoma. He done played in big games.
Game last year.
Yeah, he ain't no freshman no more. You know how it is at the end of the season. You not that.
I think y'all putting a lot of faith in Nico, and in big games he done threw 9 touchdowns, 6 picks.
That's more. He was a freshman then for sure. He was a freshman then.
Going all the way to the last 2 weeks.
9 touchdowns is more than 6 picks. I take it.
And that is the first time we did a 12-team playoff breakdown. Yeah, it is because they never been a 12. They never had 12 teams.
You misspoke.
We will see how this goes. These predictions.
Gotta love the cameraman.
Yeah, can't win without him. Now, tweet us some questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Weezy.
Everything paid for, big baby.
Coach.
Get a drummer song.
Jeff.
Take your sinus meds.
Allergy meds. It ain't shit got to do with no signs. We cook. Cameraman, The Revolution will be podcasted.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on previous episodes, please check out the YouTube page and wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend.
The Revolution will be podcasted.